ผมพูดได้เลยป่ะเนี่ยยังได้ครับรับทราบ And welcome everybody. Hello, this is Lord Siri Boon Me. Sawadee krap. Sawadee krap. And of course, this is the updated list. Yes, I'm still working on some of the things here. Welcome everybody. This is Lord Siri Boon Me once again holding it down in the house for Thailand Super Series. That's right. Super Series, the digital series. That's right, folks. The new era of racing. Want to keep it real right here, and you all know why we're holding this down in the house, because everybody wants to race. Everybody wants to race. So, opening up the occasion for the digital series opens up a whole new parkway for up-and-coming racers from around the world. But of course, we want to start with some of the racers here in Thailand as well. Of course, TSS Digital Racing is a new project. It's for this month of July that we're seeing the culmination of all the racers from around Thailand joining up here, and along with the professional racers and the guidance of Thailand Super Series, which is of course based off the circuit racing within the ASEAN region, overseen by the Automotive Organization of Thailand, known as RAAT. I like to call them RAAT. And of course, it brings you the top racers and teams of Thailand Super Series to the digital age online. All right, folks, this opens up, of course, a wonderful opportunity for fans of the motorsports world to show them what you got. Because if you got them, you want to show it, right? Okay, so to test their driving skills and, of course, their know-how on a global platform. And, of course, none of this could have been possible without the help of sponsors. Thank you there. I still got some help from behind the scenes, of course, our producers and our team and the staff. Got to say thank you to them as well. Without them, we couldn't do the broadcast. So, thanks to our sponsors. First off, Toyota Thailand, Singh Corporation, Be Quick, Apollo Oil Thailand, Idemitsu Motor Oil, AF Racing, JS Asia Beverage, Bird's Nest, Juice Nest. Now, some of you might not have seen that product before, so I might as well do a plug for them right here, right now. Actually, it really tastes good. I just like the way that they infused some of the locally found fruits into the Bird's Nest beverage there. Anyway, you want to look for them. They're called Juice Nest, all right, by JS Asia Beverage Bird's Nest. So also Ranix Global PTE Limited. Of course, the folks over there at Hankook Tires. Stuff that is seen on the sidewalls of each of these cars. Even though it's digital, it's there in the digital realm. And of course, it tells the audience and tells the drivers that with good tires, you can be confident going into the corners and of course accelerating out of the apex full power, right? SCS Industry, Nexter, the good folks over at Nexter, as well as Pano Revo big screen displays. Yes, folks, those are the folks over there with the brightest LED signs or billboard signs out there. So if you want to get your brand recognition or company recognized, Pano Revo big screens, they're the people to contact. Okay. Also, thanks to our media partners as well, True Vision Group, True for You, WorkPoint Entertainment Public Company Limited, Siam Sports Syndicate Public Company Limited, also Grand Prix International Public Company Limited. This is where I'm sitting right now in the house of Grand Prix, and also the good folks over at XO Autosports Magazine. Once again, this is Alert Series Boot, me holding it down in the house as your English commentator. You can check us out on the Thailand Super Series Facebook page. Don't forget to press like and share, because I'll tell you a little bit more of that like and share stuff. There's a good thing about that as well, all right? But I'll tell you about that later on. Anyway, TSS Digital Racing AM Champions will receive, of course, the racing trophy from the TSS Digital series, and of course, cash rewards, as well as TSS Racing Academy course for the winner or the champion of the AM class. And also, you got to not forget about the good people over at Deck. They're the ones with the cool sunglasses and the shades. Yes, winners will also get shades from Deck. All right. Second runner-up, TSS Digital Racing Trophy as well, of course, with cash reward of 6,000 baht. Or I should say cash award, 6,000 baht. Deck sunglasses as well, and third place will be receiving the trophy for third place with a cash payout of 3,000 baht, and of course, Deck shades. And don't forget, of course, the hats over from, well, we got some apparel wear as well. Okay, so people, don't forget that I mentioned earlier, you got to have the like and shares going out on our Facebook page over at Thailand Super Series. And the reason why is because not only do the participants of the race, and I'm not talking about just the racers here, I'm talking about the fans. Yeah, those are the folks that we're doing all this for. We're doing this all for you. So the fans out there can participate, like and share, keep on top of all the updates, tidbits, news, pictures, whatnot, and even old videos, including our broadcast. By liking and sharing, we are going to be doing some random picking, so you can have a chance to win. Get this, folks. The Half Cockpit LRSSS series, all right? And those of you with the likes and shares and that we picked out at random will be the lucky winner of the Half Cockpit LRSSS series from sscockpit.com. So, isn't that going to be exciting? Wouldn't you love to have one of those down for your console or your racing sim setup? Because it's not just an easy thing to do if you're fiddling around with your joystick, you know, or a mediocre level of a cockpit setup. So you want something sturdy. You want something strong. All right. So you don't, like I said, you want to be seated in the right equipment. So once you get seated in the SS cockpit setup, the LRSSS series, you're going to feel like you're actually in the car. The way it's set up, the way your body posture is reclined just perfectly. I mean, I swear, I sat in one of those cars down by the track when I was down by, Buriram, and also at the Bangsan, the tracks down there by the seaside, the beach side, which is, by the way, FIA Grade 3 certified. I just gotta plug that in. Anyway, the seating position in those cars is very, very similar, if not identical, to the seating system that they have over at the sscockpit.com page. And of course, those are the good people over there that are supplying the great grand prize giveaway, which only can be acquired if you like and share. And of course, we're going to pick you guys out randomly. So from me to you, like and share a lot. And of course, don't forget to spread the word around. TSS, Thailand Super Series, has branched down into the digital world, the digital realm. And we have been doing this since the beginning of July. Today is going to be the third race for AM class and Pro class, followed up with the last Saturday for July 2020 for the final result. And of course, tallying up all the points for the champion for the digital racing series for Thailand Super Series. All right, so keep on top of the news by going over to Thailand Super Series Facebook page. You can also check us out on the website, by the way. But to be truly interactive, the Facebook page is the way to go. All right, let's take a look at some of the stuff that you're going to get when you're talking about that cockpit. Let's see the good stuff. Bring it on, folks, bring it on. Let me see that cockpit on the screen. Check it out. All right. Came home and saw that in the middle of the living room, I would tell her, honey, babe, I had to move out the dining room. Why? Because I am into racing, and that is the gear that I want to have on my, for my Sims, for my consoles, okay? So, of course, got to say thank you to all the sponsors, and don't forget, one of the highlights that we had over the last few races, I guess we're going to show them up right now. Let's bring them on into the highlights for the last 2 weeks for Thailand Super Series Digital Racing. Let's check it out. Roll tape.
สัปดาห์นี้ของจริงผมโก้นะครับแล้วน้องตูนจะรับหน้าที่ภาคในรุ่นของ Amateur Class นะครับ
ซึ่งแชมป์ประจำรายการนะฮะจะได้รับเป็นถ้วยรางวัลเลยครับพี่โก้ครับ3 2 1มาครับนี่ฮะซึ่งเขาเรียกว่าเป็นถ้วยรางวัลจาก TSS Digital Racing
สำหรับนักแข่งในรุ่น Amateur Class ทั้ง12คนครับ
ดูสุดยอด5 4 3 2 1มาเป็นไงฮะ
โอ้โห
นี่ฮะเป็นภาพสัญญาณ
ล็อกประตูก่อนนะครับเดี๋ยวแม่เข้ามากันนะเข้าสู่การแข่งขันเลยครับที่3 Autopolis ครับการแข่งขันในฮีทที่1รอบไฟนอล
ครับแข่งทั้งหมด18รอบครับท่านผู้ชมครับมาดูจังหวะการออกตัวของผู้นำกันครับ
ดูครับดูแผนการขับของพิกาชู GT1
5
ยังไง
รถมีปัญหาไม่สามารถออกจากการแข่งขันได้ฮะ
อินเทอร์เน็ตมีปัญหาหรือเปล่าไม่งั้นเกมมันจะเอาแล้วครับมีพลาดเหมือนกัน Made in China แม่เอาละขึ้นแล้วครับวัฒนามอเตอร์สปอร์ตขึ้นข้างมาโค้งหน้าไปโค้งไหนโค้งหน้าไปโค้งขวายังมุนเรียบร้อย
มาดูภาพรีเพลย์กันดีกว่าท่านผู้ชมฮะน่าจะเกิดการเบรกไม่ทันนะอันนี้น่าจะเห็นนะเดี๋ยวรอนายสนามจากทางสจวตนะฮะนี่ฮะอันดับ1ตอนนี้เปลี่ยนมาเป็นป76จากทีมวัฒนาเลยฮะตอนแรกอันทัชโปเนี่ยอยู่ที่2นะแล้วทำไมตกมาเป็นอันดับ8แล้วแล้วก็เปลี่ยนเป็น M78 จากสปีดอาร์ระยองฮะขึ้นมาเป็นอันดับ2ฮะแล้วก็ตามมาด้วยโอ้ยนี่ซิดนีย์สวินฮะพอคนอื่นเข้าพิกก่อนเลยฮะพี่ชูจาก GT1 ฮะ
อันนี้พัดก่อนแล้วครับ
ใช้ยางซอฟฮะตอนนี้ก็เปลี่ยนเป็นยางซอฟเช่นเดียวกันฮะ
อ๋อก่อนมาก็ใช้ซอฟอยู่แล้ว
ใช่
เอาซอฟที่สดกว่าไป
ขวด
กับปุ่มนำข้างหน้า
เอาแล้วฮะทิ้งเข้าพิกก่อนแล้ว
เหมือนรับคำสั่งอะไรมารถมีอาการลูสเยอะพอสมควรครับแล้วช้าแล้วเริ่มเทอร์นิ่งไม่ค่อยดีแล้วยังไม่เข้าพิกครับยังไม่เข้าพิกที่มาเรียกบ็อกแล้วครับ
ข้างหลังเข้าเต็มเลย
ข้างหลังเข้ากันมาเป็นแผงเลยครับ
ดูภาพของซิดนีย์สวินกันหน่อยฮะว่าบรรยากาศการเข้าพิกเขาจะทำอะไรกันอยู่ฮะ
ใส่ซอฟอยู่แล้ว ไม่มีใครใส่มีเดียมมันออกมาหรอก
นี่ฮะทำสมาธินิดนึงฮะดูน้ำมันฮะแล้วออกตัวเลยฮะ
Okay.
มาทำการแข่งขันกันต่อครับ3คันแรกที่
So
เข้าพิษ
get this,
ยังไม่
folks.
เข้าครับกลุ่มผู้นำยังไม่
Over the last 2 weeks, we had some grueling racing going on. I mean, you gotta say it's grueling because everybody's focused. And I don't care if you're on the real track or on a virtual track. Racing is racing. Hey, where have I heard that line before? Basically, when you're all out racing, and look at these guys in their cockpits, their virtual cockpits or the SS cockpit setups, everybody is focused. And of course, it was necessary for everybody to train on the tracks as well, to know the curves, to know the corners, to know what the limitations were for each of the vehicles chosen in the race, whether it is the Aston Martin, the Mercedes, the GT3s, the Porsche, or the Ferrari Italia. So, you know, even the TRD machines out over at the good folks from Gazoo Racing, GR Supra, was also in the mix, as well as the McLaren. There you see it in the back, McLaren up against, ooh, guess what? A little nudge over there from the Supra. But anyway, as you can see on the side corner there, not a usual sight to see in a race, but in the e-racing mode, you see that they are focused in their driving styles. Normally, when you have people handling these cockpits, especially newbies, you'll be all over the place with these cars, because if you make one slip up, you're into the grass or into the gravel or into the wall, you know. But thank goodness, of course, with all the protection here, because it is a virtual, I mean, everybody wants to be number one, obviously. But to do it safely, you can do that no problem, because we are in the virtual world. But that doesn't mean that you can't prepare for it. These guys have to have a regiment. When I talk about regiment, I'm talking about, you know, you gotta plan for this from the beginning, like a boxer. Your sleeping habits, your eating habits, so that you can focus everything into these races. Don't forget, folks, they have sponsorship behind these drivers, because there are up and coming drivers out there that are doing their best that they can. Look at Warut coming in at 8 points right there, and then that was like week 1. But then he gained more points as the race continued. And of course, there's a shot of Nabest. Nabest, of course, the great Thai commentator over at True. A shot of Stuvik. There's a shot of the AF Racer for you as well. And all the folks from Alpha Factory down to Maxitron also. Just name dropping right here. Vatana as well. All right. Good people over at Sunoco as well. One of the drivers out there that I was really looking up towards was Stuvik Racing Project, which is Mr. Stuvik himself. And of course, being that one of the drivers out there that was a standout because of how early he had started, the Stuvik Project driver right there, Norwegian Thai, by the way, started at an early age, and he shows that he's got what it takes to hang out there, both in the real track and on the virtual track. All right. So today we're about to kickstart the next leg of our journey, the third race for the AM class of today. All right. Today, of course, being, what was it, July 18th, 2020, in case you guys from the future decide to replay this video from the past. The great thing about digital, huh? So, who do we have coming up? Well, today's entry list, we're going to run into a few of the favorites out there. 20 points going out to currently Pavarit Passo. Of course, if you were keeping tabs on what his ID number is for the PSN, of course, Ball 76 Vatana, you will be leading around with 20 points. All right. So, talking about Pavarit, let's take a look over at some of the drivers right now before we get on going. Let's see a shout out to the drivers, shall we? And here we go. Whoa. We got Pavarit Passo, thumbs up, ready to go. Look at him low in his chair, saying hi to everybody out there and already warming up. I mean, look how tense he is right there. Steve Nash in the second seat right there. Warut. Vatana Steve 77, 14 points on the side right here with Aston Martin GT3 on his list as the driver. So what do you crop, Steve? Next up, we've got Pikachu himself. Let's switch it over to Hong Kui-sheng. PSN number Pikachu GT1. 12 points right now with the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG GT3. What a mouthful right there. Next up, folks, we've got Tititon Nanan. Let's switch it over to Tititon Nanan. PSN ID number M78ESPR. But currently, we're still on Pikachu. He's the only driver out of China, by the way. And here we go. A shout out of Tititon Nanan. PSN ID number N78ESPR. Hello there. Didn't even have time to look over the camera. Oh, here you go. Hello, big smile and a peace out sign for you. 6 points right now, gaining up. Still got a ways to go, driving his Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG GT3. Next up, we've got, check this out, OVH City S, or by the real name of Wassin. 5 points right now with his Mercedes-Benz AMG. Totally rad, bro. I like his table on the side. A little messy, but that's okay. He's focused on the screen right there. Jarut John Reset, 5 points as well. The Benz AMG driver, or everybody calls him UTBS Jarza 59. Okay. Next up, he looks like he's comfortable right there. Not deny. PSN ID number off SPR, 4 points. 4 points right now with his McLaren 650S GT3. That's right, folks. And what do we have here? Oh, it's DNA 555. 555 giving us a wave here. 4 points for the Mercedes AMG driver. Chontawach right there. 9th driver here on the grid. We've got Tanapat, or codename OVH Ice GT1. Not so much of a shot of his setup there, more of his behind the seat there. But anyway, 3 points with his Toyota GR Supra. Okay, who we have here? OVH Anan Akagi. 2 points with his Toyota GR Supra. Very good mood. And Sawadee Krap to you as well. Okay. Akrapon. He should be the next guy up. Oh, great Sparko gloves right there for you. He's got gloves and everything. ID number Pang RKD. 2 points with his Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. 2 waves, 2 hands, 2 thumbs up. Good for you. All right. Next up, we've got Taki. Can we get a shot up of Taki? Yeah, there we go. Taki SPR. We got a driver, Taksin Jam Raswai. Currently, he's trailing by a whole load, but driving the Aston Martin V12 Vantage. Let's see what he can do with the GT there. All right, folks? So that was the roundup for the roster for the AM class. Now let's give a look over at the stickers that we have here. Obviously, everybody knows that to be a race car, you can't just have the engine. You just gotta have the styling as well. And along with that, of course, comes the livery, the stickers. And that comes into fruition also, not just on the real cars, but also on the virtual cars. All right, and you can see all the stickers there. Dominantly on the side, we have one of the main sponsors here, one of our sponsors as well, Sing, and of course the stickers on the top and the number. Okay, and don't forget, folks, the tires of the race will be limited to hard, medium, and soft, and in the game, the wear down rate will be exaggerated to approximately, 5 times the wear, of course, and for the fuel usage will be 3 times the wear of consumption, or the sippage rate. All right, folks, time to get yourself into action here. So first up, we're going to be going around qualifying time lasting for approximately 5 minutes. And where the heck are we? Well, good that you asked. We are currently at the rain. It's raining out there. Where is it? Circuit de Spa, Francorchamps. Okay, so you're looking at a total of around 7,000 meters with around a total elevation of 104 meters. So, wow, the elevation difference is quite a lot, actually. Corners, 21 corners. That's a whole load. Actually, that's the most corners we've had so far this racing series since the beginning of July. All right. Now, longest straight right there, 751.84 meters. What does that translate to you? Translate to right here, the strip, where everybody's going to be looking. Where the heck are they going to pass? Here's a shot of Pikachu for you. Flaring up on the brakes. of course, with the rainy situation or the rainy conditions out there, you gotta pay attention to the road. I mean, check this out, folks. You can't just slam the brakes any which way you want. No siree, Bob. You don't want to lock up your brakes. Even though this is a simulator, the Gran Turismo telemetry is in motion. They're taking into account of even the moisture, how the tire wicks off the moisture right off the track and off the tires. Obviously, nobody's going to be using slick tires as of now because, hey, today's going to be a wet race, folks. So, tire wear right now is changed, by the way, to 4 times, and fuel consumption bumped up to 4 times. So, 4 for 4 ain't bad. All right. So, Spa, by the way, is located 40 kilometers southeast of Liege, eastern Belgium's industrial city. So, that's if you want to travel to Belgium, go right on overhead and visit the wonderful, iconic track, a real-life track, by the way, which Polyphony was able to scan and, of course, give us this wonderful layout, complete with weather. That's something that you don't see that often in video games these days or simulators, because, you know, that's just a whole load of a lot of computation on top of the amount of the teraflops of information, right? And of course, the technical speed, a high-speed technical circuit that has hosted everything from the F1 to endurance races over the many years, and of course, 7+ kilometers along track just to utilize the mountainous environments of its location. So many ups, many downs. Of course, everybody's going to be looking on the up, trying to get ahead of each other as best as they can. And the tricky thing about rainy track or wet race is that you can go gung-ho all out in the beginning, but then you risk losing it in the ending because the water just builds up over time on the track. I mean, if you really think about it, the accumulation, for example, in Bangkok, when it does rain, heck, it rains. And oh boy, if it doesn't have a good drainage system, then you're in for a big flood. But thankfully, the way these tracks are designed in real life, they've got great drainage. And the way the water flows off onto the sides of the track and has a way to get rid of all that moisture. Yeah? Wow, look at the detail. Look at the way the mist just comes right out from the back of the cars. I guess it's also trying to showcase the diffuser from the back end there. As you know, each of these cars, a little bit of an understeer there for you. Bang RKD, currently second place in the qualifying right now. Meanwhile, Paul 76. Wow, that's, I didn't expect that. Drops down to third place right now, but you never know. Time's not up yet. So, time remaining now is what, 51 seconds? Let's see what happens. UTBS Jarza drops down to fourth. So everybody's down and being very careful not to make any mistakes, yeah, while trying to utilize this time to get in that last sense of recognition for the track in its current condition, which is, of course, a wet race. And visibility is one of the key things for any racer to have during a race, obviously, because, hey, if you can't see out the window, what the heck is the point, right? So you got to be able to see out the window, and that's what those wipers are doing. Now, in a real-life situation, sometimes you end up with the fogging of the windshield, and that usually happens when there is a humidity difference between the inside and the outside. Outside's going to be cold. Inside's going to be full of humid heat because of the engine heat, sort of emulated from the bottom of the car. Talking about heat, check that out. On the side of the GR Supra, you have overheat. Same thing with the Mercedes. OVH City, currently in 10th. Oh, looks like going into a little bit of an oversteer. Not everybody's taking it very easy and going into the corners, not taking the optimal line. Maybe it's because of the body of the car is pulling them onto the outside. That is a possibility because of the lack of grip that they have. And it's interesting that the officials had given the tire wear a 4 times than normal tire wear. Yeah, and the fuel consumption or the sippage rate is to 4 times as well. So talk about having obstacles for your races. Now you've got rain and a different type of tire that you have to get used to. And as you can see, the Ferrari there going a little bit over the rumble strip. Now, the point here is you got to keep all 4 tires on the tracks, otherwise the marshals will call it out, and of course you get deducted. And by that, they mean taking time off of the actual time that you get from the race. 12 drivers all together trying to go for number 1. And who do we have in first place right now? Well, there it is. SPR, off SPR gets first. Pikachu in second. Wow, not bad, not bad. Get ready to race, folks. GT Sports, here we go. Thank you to Polyphony. Thank you to Toyota Thailand. Thank you to Sing Corporation, Be Quick, Apollo Oil Thailand, Idemitsu Motor Oil that is, of course. AF Racing. A whole bunch of thanks to JS Asia Beverage Bird's Nest, Juice Nest, Rainix Global PT Limited with the Hankook tires, and of course SES Industry from Nexter. Also Panel Revel big screen displays. And here we go. Racing begins. As everybody wants to warm up their tires as best as possible, we see a little bit of weaving right off the bat. Here we go, folks. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Let's everybody simmer down. So off SPR, out in front, wipers up and all. Pikachu trailing behind, and wow, check out that gap. Look at that space between front and rear. I mean, everybody's taking it easy here. Like I said, you can't win the race on the first lap. You sort of have to bed in the tires and of course warm those tires up. And I see that happen even in the real life situation where first lap, of course, everybody wants to take it easy. Pikachu rounding out and about. Obviously, in this situation, nobody's going to be passing so far because look at the gap between everybody. Even Steve Nash way back here out in 8th position up against DNA on 555. But on 555 looking up to be on passing on the inside lane. Check it out. Braking, late braking. Here we go. Steve Nash drops down the number, takes a back seat behind DNA on 555. There goes Steve Nash, down by another position in 9th. OVH Ice GT1, 14 seconds behind leader of the pack, which is, there you go, off SPR. He is leading with a lead time of 2 seconds in front of Pika, the only driver outside of Thailand and hailing in from China. Doing pretty well in the series so far. Yeah. So basically, new age of racing is here. And I think that it's going to take off, believe me. While these guys are simmering out, I'd like to say thank you to all the fans out there that have supported the TSS series. And not only that, but the newly developed TSS Digital Racing for supporting us by sharing and liking, to the point where there has been many calls for more racing to occur. So I guess we're going to be looking into more racing. And of course, with the help from our sponsors, that would be possible. Okay, Pikachu starting to get a little bit wavy in the back. Here we go, a shot at Pikachu driving. He looks very calm, but look at his steering wheel. It's twitching all over the place. You can see the force feedback giving him the response, telling him on the road that, hey, take it easy on this corner. And look at the Mercedes right there, struggling in the rain right there to try to keep its composure. Maybe it's a mix or a combination. Let's see how Pikachu handles that corner through the apex and out, accelerates smoothly. You don't want to slam the accelerator down to the pedal to the metal right out the apex when it's raining on a wet lap, because that's just going to cause a big spin out. Here's Jarza making sure, even if you do go over the rumble strip, 2 is okay, 3 is okay, 4, no, that's too much. Alright, so all the marshals are keeping a good eye out for anybody who steps off the track. Ball 76 Watana, usually up in front. Maybe he's great at the dry tracks. The rain, maybe not so much. Oops, taking out 2 of those. Oh man, 2 of those virtual cones, I guess. Now, if it had been a real car, that would have made a little bit of a dent on the front of the carbon fiber hood there, or the fender, or the bumper at least. But here in virtual land, for 11 laps around Spa, I guess that could be overlooked. Single wipered Aston Martin going through the rain. Very close to the outside of the track there. Gotta be careful. Meanwhile, Jarza up ahead of him. He's almost in the same frame, so I guess there's a chance that Paul 76 might be able to catch up to Jarza up front in 3rd position. A shot at 5th position, SPR M78E. Let's see what he has. Well, keeping it steady, that's what he has so far. That's a smart move. When everybody gets a little bit jittery, that's when you have problems. Now, usually in the past, at the Autopolis track, right, we had like 18 laps or so. It was a shorter track, I guess, and less technical, way much less technical than this one. This is more mountainous, going up the hills, a lot of elevation changes and whatnot. So this one brought it down to 11 laps, but the pressure is on. 2 laps in, and what is OVH Anand Akaki saying to himself? I wonder what he's saying to himself, because he doesn't have the comm on, so he's got to be talking to himself right here. Watana, Steve, 77, Mr. Nash. Earlier on, I saw him take a picture with Mr. Asawahe, yeah? Holding up the proud shirts from Watana. Watana being a veteran sponsor for a lot of racing for many of the up-and-coming drivers. And Steve Nash is one of those drivers, along with, of course, Baugh. But the race is continuing. Nobody's going side by side. Well, except for here. Oh. Cut off of the shot. Sad, because I wanted to check out the side-by-side action if we can get to that. And once that happens, then it gets really, really exciting. All we can hope for now is if everybody continues their line and nobody messes up. From the front here, OFFSPR in the McLaren. Driving pretty smoothly. Pikachu picking up the pace now. Finally, we have him in the same shot. The battle for first has begun. Out in the 3rd lap. Pikachu still having a problem. Oversteering in some of these corners. The good thing about being up front is basically you're going to get a clear view of the road ahead of you. And it's great to have a clear view because with all that rain kicking up from the tires and then the rear diffuser, it's going to create havoc for the drivers out back. Plus, in real life, it would create a sense of turbulence of air from the car in front, which of course does not do you any good whatsoever in terms of aerodynamics. So the one taking the most advantage of the aerodynamics and the view right now, right here, SPR, McLaren right there for you. I like how the side pods, the wings, the mirrors actually have little holes in them just to channel out the air to the back. Hood view up over from Paul 76 Watana. Nice view. And from this view, it doesn't look like it's raining anymore. Well, maybe that's a good idea. Not raining anymore possibly could mean that if they do a tire change, well, then that means that they might be switching over to a different type of compound. But as you can see, just like in real life, some parts of the track, it's raining. On some parts of the track, it's not raining. Go figure. I remember it was like this out in Sepang, Malaysia, when I was doing the commentary for the TSS last 2 years ago. On some parts of the track, it was raining. On other parts, it was dry, really dry. So the drivers had some hard times deciding what tire to put on and how to utilize those tires. And of course, some parts of the track, as you can see, you can tell from the amount of moisture wicking up from the tires kicking up that they probably have to slow down in some of these corners out here. But that Supra doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. Some braking right on the top of the crest there at Spa as they come up through the first corner there. And down the elevation change, man, it must take a lot of skill to come down through this corner, because not only are you coming down the hill, but you also have a right-hander turn, almost like a U-E. So, and plus on top of that, the moisture. So they're gonna have to really balance that car like a ballerina. Off SPR, still in the lead. No change whatsoever. 1, 2, 3. UTBS Jars is still in third position. Mr. 59 there for you. Smack dab Pikachu in the middle. Second position. Hutton off SPR as we're speaking. Down the line, M78 SPR. Whoa, where did he go? SPR right there, dropping down. In position. And looks like OVH Anan Akagi in 8th, Watana Steve 77, 9th position. Ice GT1 down by 10th. Cine S in 11th, and Taki SPR in 12th position. Fastest lap so far, Pikachu GT1 from China. Got a great lap time of 2.45. And that's going to be showing some nice, promising chance of him getting first position. So you're wondering, what is he waiting for? Well, currently in the fourth lap, almost halfway there, 4 out of 11. I guess he's playing mind games with SBR up front in first position. Here's Watana Steve Nash, and right behind him, the GR Overheat Supra OVH Ice GT1. 2 Supras sandwiching an Aston Martin. Not a sight you see every day. No siree. Coming around the bend, here we go. Oh, it looks like the Aston's trying to push up here. Steve Nash trying to go for a position change. Will he be able to do it? Can he outpower the GR Supra? Number 8, OVH. Anan Akagi running away from the Aston Martin. Looks like Steve Nash having a little bit of a trouble trying to find his way around the GR Supra. Wow. Toyota has been one of the world leaders when it comes to car manufacturers, not just for consumers, but for racers. And to say that you put a Supra up against an Aston Martin tells you a whole load that, we're up for the task. We're there up for the task. It's compact, but at the same time powerful. And with new technology comes new body shapes to channel the airflow around and about, utilizing the best of aerodynamics. The Aston Martin seems wider though, actually. So if you're driving a wider car on the track, there are some limitations where you're trying to pass somebody, and then you got to figure out how much space you got between passing him or backing off and playing it safe. I think that's what Steve Nash is trying to do right here. He's trying to play it safe. I mean, the only way where he could pass would be on the uphill climb or down through the straightaway after the starting line. Yeah. Pikachu getting closer and closer to the McLaren. Oh, still gotta be careful. If he loses that position, he's gonna drop it down to Jarza 59, waiting to pounce at that situation where he can take second place. No problemo. Oh, SPR giving a little bit of a slide on the McLaren. Check it out. Oh, this is great. Looks like there's going to be some side-by-side action. Pikachu come up on the side. He is too late on the outside. Door is closed by the McLaren. But once again, Pikachu tries to come out on the inside lane. Weaves in, weaves out. Couldn't take that moment. And now, the McLaren speeds away. That's okay. Hard braking into the corner. Trying to push the door and say, knock, knock. Off SPR says, who's there? Pikachu says, hello, it's me, Pika Pika. Give me some space. But of course, off SPR is just trying to defending all he can and not let Pikachu through. Oh, lots of sliding action, by the way, in that Mercedes. Look at that Mercedes trying to just slipstream right through, and he does go through side by side on the outside coming in. He closes it. Will he be able to close it? Yes, he does. We have a position change. Hong is now up in front, first position. Congrats right there. Let's see how long you can take it right now. Woo! This is good racing. Down at 6th lap right there. The McLaren just lost it, and let's see if he loses that momentum to yet another driver, Jarza, right behind him, waiting for that moment. He's saying to himself, hey, if SPR is going to lose his momentum, we might as well lose to another one like moi. Jarza, 59, currently 0.9, right off the back of Pika, right there, so that's almost a second away. As you can see, the McLaren is braking into the corner as he should be, but it's a little bit too slow for Jarza, who seems to be wanting to pass. Let's see if he can pass right here. He's gonna psych him, yes or no, on the inside lane. Here we go, side by side, and there might be a push and shove for the McLaren. The McLaren has nowhere to go, goes wide out. Oh my goodness. McLaren veers right back in and loses another position down to 4th place. Let's check the replay, shall we? Ha ha ha! On the inside lane, he had to gun the engine, and of course, Jarza had nowhere to go but the outside. So now, Jarza pushed him off. Well, didn't really push him off, but of course, off SPR, went out wide because of that intrusion by Jarza. What a wonderful pass! Amazing job, amazing. Gotta hand it to him. Now, if this was a real car, down by the real track, of course, you might really want to think twice about doing that in the wet, right? I mean, come on. But the good thing about the virtual world, you can try. Okay. Enough of that. 6 laps down in, we got cars coming down into pit row. Still, wet tires being the choice here for most of these cars. And hand-cooked tires slapped on the side. Here we go. Let's see how fast these guys can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, and I'm counting fast here, folks. That's like 5 seconds. That's dream to me. I mean, that's like a dream. You go into pit row and during wet conditions, you just fuel up. 5 seconds, you're out of there. You know, that's a dream setup. If this had been a non-virtual race, of course, you might run into complications such as, you know, the fuel filler door getting jammed, or, you know, complications like, oh, the tires, the lug nuts not coming out properly. But this game simulates ideal situations down by pit row, and I've said it over and over again. If in the future there is somehow an inclusion as to how you train your pit crew over time, I think Kazunori, the founder over at Gran Turismo, might take an interest into having this idea implemented. And I'm going to call it out first. If there was a way you can train your pit crew and driver to, you know, keep on top of the game, because if you don't train, you lose your edge. So you know what the saying is, the more you practice, the better you get. So can you imagine if you don't practice the pit crew over time, you're going to run into a situation where, why is it taking so long to pit? Anyway, back at the racing. Who do we have right up in first position? Well, none other than Pikachu. Earlier on, we had Pikachu pass Paw and ME76, no problemo, off SPR as well. And Jarza up in the mix in 5th position right now, who we're seeing right now in the Mercedes. DNA 555, and I can only assume that the 555 stands for ha ha ha, which is tied for ha ha ha, is down by 6th position. That's ironic. PSC Motorsports up for Pikachu, showing a little bit of an oversteer issue, so he's got to be careful not to take that sucker into oversteer too much. Gotta be careful. You know you're in front of the lead, and you are, what, 2.5 seconds in front of Paw 76 Watanabe. But Paw is not someone you want to, you know, put down your guard for. He will be there to chomp at you if you put down your guard. But, you know, for folks from China, you probably will be cheering for Ang right here, aka Pikachu GT1, who is driving brilliantly in the rain, I might add, at Spa. Want to say thanks to the sponsors, by the way, while Pikachu leads the way down in 8th lap. Toyota Thailand, Sing Corporation, Be Quick, the good folks over at Apollo Oil, or Inamitsu Motor Oil, of course, AF Racing. We'll see a lot of AF Racing next after this in the Pro session, which will be the highlight of today's race. Also, JS Asia Beverage, Bird's Nest, Juice Nest is also here in the house, keeping us moisturized, especially down by our vocal cords. And of course, Radix Global PTE Limited, supplying us with the wonderful livery for the tires on the sidewalls here. The folks over at Hankook Tires. Got to say a shout out to Nexter from SCS Industry, as well as Pano Revel Big Screen Displays. A shout out to media partners True Vision Group, True For You, WordPoint Entertainment, Public Company Limited, the Siam Sports Syndicate, Public Company Limited as well, Grand Prix International, of course the house that brings you all the updates, tidbits, and highlights of everything in the automotive Thailand world, right? As well as bring you news from around the world as well. And the good folks over at Exo Autosports Magazine, for those really hardcore car nuts out there who like speed and adrenaline. Exo Autosports Magazine, pick it up, next publication. Next time you see it, and it's also digitally available as well. Lots of content, lots of stuff to be seen, and interviews as well. And I might also like to add, there's going to be a new show coming up with me as the host as well for the XO Autosports channel and show. Back to the racing. Pikachu GT1 in first position. Not a change whatsoever. I thought I might see Paw 76 Watanabe by his rear bumper at this point, but no siree, Bob. He's running around pretty fast. How fast? Well, pretty much 2 or 3 seconds right above Paw 76 Watanabe. Meanwhile, M78 ESPR down by 3rd position, trailing off with off SPR in 4th. Jarza in 5th. Jarza with a 5-second off time from leader of the AM pack. Once again, this is the 3rd race for AM class for Digital Thailand Super Series, and please feel free to press like and share on the Facebook page of Thailand Super Series, either for either commentary, Thai or English. Of course, we are doing a grand prize giveaway. Get this, folks, SS Cockpits is giving away the cockpit for your console, gaming console, so that you would have full control of your game at any part or any time of the race. From the seating position down to the way it handles, the force feedback, the pedal field, and of course the shifter field. So don't forget, folks, if you want to be entitled to the grab and for the lucky draw for the grand prize giveaway, be sure to like and share over at Thailand Super Series Facebook page. Okay, look at this. Number 9 trying to go on the inside lane. OVH City up against Bung RKD. Bung takes it on the corner. 8th position now clenched by Bung RKD. OVH City had nowhere to go. He had to let it go. Let it slide right there for you folks. That OVH City, man, he didn't really have a chance there. The Mercedes-Benz had to slide on over. Both of them Mercedes, by the way, but Bung RKD took that chance by sliding up across on the straightaway, taking the optimal driving line, and taking that chance on the inside lane. He knows it's a rainy condition, so going into a corner, he knows that the opponent will have to brake earlier than normal. And I guess he was able to judge that City was coming up to that braking point, so he just plugged it right in for Bung RKD. Meanwhile, up front, Law 76 from Vatana. Here we go, a shout out. Up against 78 ESPR. Who's going to take second? It's a battle for second right now. Up in the 9th lap from 11 overall. Jarza, not to be seen right now because he's way back there. Jarza 59, 4th position. Can't even see him on the screen. M78 ESPR driving carefully around the corner. Oh, coming up around the back end of the Aston from Paul 76. Vatana. Vatana looking to be in heavy contention up against the Mercedes. At first, he was probably thinking, I got to keep my sights on Pikachu. I mean, I can't let him go. But suddenly, rearview mirror, you gotta give it up for 78E SPR right there. He's got it going steady. He's taking the optimal line. He's actually shadowing Paul 76. Look how close he gets to the wall there. I'm not sure if he's taking advantage of the aerodynamic in terms of getting that close to the wall. Uh-oh, looks like he's going on the outside. Nope, couldn't make it. Not yet. Trying to go for a slingshot move on the straightaway. Here he goes. Is it going to be one of those side-by-side actions? Not really. Oh, taking advantage of the Aston Martin having a break. Not too late. The Mercedes, probably with a better braking position, and also coming in on the outside, was able to slide past Paul 76, Vatana, now in 3rd position. Whoops! What's that? A freeze frame right there for you. That's what it was. 78E now in 2nd position. The only place he has to go now is in 1st. So Pikachu now has to be wary of M78E SPR. Got a lot of folks over there watching up in the Facebook page for Thailand Super Series, and also on my personal Facebook page, Learn Siri Boon Me. Shout out to all you folks out there. Hello, hello, hello. So don't forget, if you want the cockpit, if you want a chance for that cockpit, go on over to the Facebook page for Thailand Super Series. I can't stress that enough. You could be the lucky winner at the end of the 4th race, which is next week, next Saturday, when we have the lucky draw for the grand prize. And the grand prize will be the half cockpit over from SS Cockpits. I know I want to get my hands on one of those, but of course I'm not eligible because I'm a staff member. UTBS Jarza, a little bit of a slippy slide right there for you. 4th position. Look at him go. Pikachu, 2.3 seconds in the front, leading the way. M78E looks like having a hard time with only, not that many laps left. Right now we're in the 10th lap out of 11, so, figure that out. Will it be enough time, or will M78E have to contend up against Bar 76, who wants to take back that position, up in 2nd position? Don't want to screw with that roster right there. Final lap right there, calling it out by Pikachu, crossing that grid start right there. Finally, this is the lap to see who's going to take it in for the 3rd race for AM class. I'm not sure if I'm seeing glitches in the broadcast right now, but it looks like Pikachu is having some some sliding issues in the back end of that Mercedes. But overall, I must say, he is driving a very clean line. Oh, there you see that glitch again. He's twitching his back end. In terms of rain, well, you know, it's always a wet road right now. Even though I don't see the rain pouring down on this section of the race, come down on the straightaway. Going through sort of an S corner right here, down by Spa, out Belgium. Pikachu from China. Mr. Hong right here is in first and looking to keep it that way. All eyes on him right now as he's going to try to hold it up in first position. Meanwhile, who's down the line? M78ESPR in second, still in the shot right there for you. Ball 76 in third, UTBS Jarza in fourth, off SPR in fifth, DNA 555 in sixth, Bum Arcady in seventh, and Steve Nash in eighth. Wow. Fastest lap so far was now beaten up by Jarza 59, who does a 245.304 out at Spa. The number here is a statistic. So basically, when I look at these numbers for the fastest lap, I say to myself, well, that means he has a good chance of passing on to another position or gaining another position slowly over the course of the race. But due to driving lines and defensive driving for the drivers up front, of course, that makes it a little bit hard for you to run the optimal time. Right? Or get the optimal position that you want, which is obviously number one. Pikachu coming in for the win. Will he take it? Yes or no? It looks like he is going to take it. Let's see how he looks. Very calm. He looks this way from the beginning. Everybody else is getting a little tense, but not him. He looks very calm. Coming in for the S corner here. And as you can see, his steering wheel not that twitchy anymore. Here we go, down the line for the win. And he takes it. Wow, with a sigh of relief, Pikachu finally lets his emotion come out with a smile. Yeehaw! I had to get that out of my system. So, here we go, down the line, as we cross over. We're going to be waiting for the final results, by the way, for the race, which I saw Hong did a wonderful job, or aka Pikachu GT1, kept his composure throughout the whole entire race, and it really shows. It really shows. He was able to climb up and make that gung-ho move. If we see the replay later on. So as you can see, the race had just concluded for race 3 AM class for Thailand Super Series digital race. New age of racing, folks. New age of racing. It's a whole new world right here, a whole new territory. And Pikachu, Mr. Hong right here, out of China, did a wonderful job. Had a good run and a gung-ho move, and I think it was like in the middle of the race, where he decided to jump on the inside and then just speed on out the apex as fast as he could, taking advantage of the rainy, wet track out in Spa down by Belgium right there. Okay, so folks, don't forget, I can't stress this enough. Go over there and like and share for the Thailand Super Series Facebook page for your chance for the lucky draw for the grand prize of the SS cockpit. I want to get your hands on those. And of course, thanks to Toyota Thailand, Singh Corporation, Be Quick, Apollo Oil, AF Racing, Apollo Oil, by the way, Idemitsu. Anyway. JS Asia Beverage, Bird's Nest, Juice Nest, and Ranix, Global PTE, SES Industries, and Pano Revo Big Screen Displays. Also thanks to True Vision, and of course, True for You, WorkPoint Entertainment, as well as Siam Sports Syndicate, and Grand Prix International, as well as the good folks over at the EXO Autosports, and much thanks to RAAT. Alright, so the governing body over here for automobiles in Thailand. Next up, we're going to have a class called the Pro class. So keep your eyes tuned out for that. We'll be right back, folks. We'll be right back. Oh, looks like we just had something just coming in. And it looks like there has been a mention of the decision making for the outcome of the race. And because of that, there has been a few minor changes to the outcome. So I guess sooner or later, the officials will be coming through that door of my studio to give me the official results. But until then, we'll take a look at some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back, okay? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
ความสำเร็จที่แท้จริงไม่จำเป็นต้องเดินบนเส้นทางแห่งชัยชนะเสมอไปตั้งเป้าหมายที่มุ่งหวังและไปให้ถึงทีละขั้นสิ่งนี้จะสร้างแรงบันดาลใจให้ก้าวไปสู่ข้างหน้าได้อย่างมั่นใจไปให้ถึงทุกจุดหมายท้าทายทุกความสำเร็จมุ่งมั่นกับทุกเส้นทางที่รออยู่ตรงหน้าสิงห์คอร์ปอเรชั่นผู้สนับสนุนหลักอย่างเป็นทางการทีม Alfa Romeo Racing
ไม่ต้องทำตัวเด่นแต่ก็ยากที่จะละสายตา กล้าเผชิญหน้าทุกความท้าทายหนึ่งเดียวที่ผมเชื่อใจคำว่าดีที่สุดหยุดเขาไม่ได้ Fortuner Legender และ Fortuner 2.4 ใหม่สัญลักษณ์แห่งความสำเร็จ
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่บีควิกที่ไหนบีควิกทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาททั้ง690 บาทแถมฟรีใจกลางฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่บีควิกทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้
ใครบอกว่าการแข่งขันเริ่มต้นที่สัญญาณไฟเพราะสำหรับน้ำมันเครื่องอีเดมิสึมันเริ่มตั้งแต่คุณสตาร์ทด้วยสูตรใหม่อีเดมิสึเรซิ่งที่ช่วยให้เครื่องยนต์พร้อมอยู่ตลอดเวลาเพื่อสมรรถนะสูงสุดทุกจังหวะปกป้องเครื่องยนต์ทุกสภาวะยกระดับรถของคุณไปอีกขั้นอีเดมิสึผู้นำด้านน้ำมันเครื่องจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น
คุณคงคิดไม่ถึงว่ารังนกแท้ผสมคอลลาเจนกลูตาไทโอน Q10 และน้ำองุ่นขาวจะได้ Juiceness เครื่องดื่มเนื้อรังนกแท้ที่มิกซ์สิ่งดีๆลงตัวในขวดเดียว Juiceness
การดิฟคือชีวิตของผม ความฝันไม่ใช่แค่ชัยชนะในสนามใดสนามหนึ่ง แต่เป้าหมายคือแชมป์ระดับโลก จุดหมายไม่ว่าจะอยู่ไกลเพียงใดทุกเส้นชัยต้องปลอดภัย จุดหมายคือความปลอดภัยอาเบกเน็กสเตอร์
And welcome back, folks. This is going to be the highlight event of today's race. Brought to you in part by a whole load of sponsors, by the way. Toyota, Sing, Be Quick, Apollo Oil, you know the whole list. AF Racing, JS Asia Beverage, Bird's Nest, Ranex, and SCS Industries, and Pano Big Screens as well. Pano Revo. By the way, we are going to be heading up over to the Pro class coming up next after the AM class had just finished in the rainy, wet track conditions. Looks like we're going to come up with some of the race results from that race coming up. And oh, wow. Thank you, my folks over from Sing. Gotta love it. Wet my whistle right there. And also, just walked right in with a wonderful cold beverage right here from Bird's Nest right here. So, over at the folks from JS Asia Beverage Bird's Nest, Juice Nest. Like I said, I love how they infuse the drink with, we have collagen, gluta, Q10, and, man, fruits and, let's see, grape juice, and also some of the local fruits out here in Thailand as well. So, thank you to all the sponsorships as well. And I gotta say thank you to the RAAT, the automobile sanctioning body here in Thailand. So, coming up next, we've got Pro Class, about to start the program. Alright? So, TSS, Digital Racing, like I said, is a new project. For those of you that just stepped into the broadcast right here, this is Alert Siri Bumi holding it down in the house over here at Grand Prix International, the house that is hosting this broadcast as well, supported by Gran Turismo, the folks over by Polyphony, and of course Thailand Super Series, on the Facebook page of Thailand Super Series. All right, so Thailand Super Series Digital Racing, what is it? Everybody's been asking around town. Well, so far we've had 2 weeks of racing. From the first week, second week, and now it's a third week out in July, with the final race being the last Saturday on July of 2020. And of course, it is a new project stemming from Thailand's Super Series, which of course is one of the most acclaimed racing series in ASEAN region. And of course, we also host and support big races around this region as well. We were going to do the support race for the F1 series as well, but unfortunately, due to the world pandemic, that was brought down to a halt, or a screeching halt. But of course, with the digital world in play, that can't stop us. It can't stop the amount of enthusiasm that the racers have to want to race. And because of that, we are able to continue racing virtually. Isn't that great? That's just wonderful. So, of course, it's overseen by RAAT, the folks over at the governing body of Thailand Automobiles sanctions right there. And of course, the Super Series for Thailand has now jumped into the digital age, and that is the reason why we came up with this series. By the way, folks, the official results, drum roll, looks like, yes, we have Gary Hong out of Hong Kui Shang, Pikachu, driving the AMG Mercedes, getting first place, obviously, from what we have just seen in the AM race previously in the wet at Spa with a score of 10. All right. Tititon Nanan with his score of 8 from the AMG, and Pavarit Paso, Ball 76 Vatana got a 6 for the score at Spa for the third race there. Nadanai gets 5 points. John Reset gets 4 points. And of course, DNA 555 AMG driver gets 3 points. Chontawat right there. Akrapon gets 2 points. And Warut gets 1 point for the folks over at Vatana, Mr. Steve Nash. All right, rounding it out right there. So once again, like I say, I want to say good thank you, first of all, to all the sponsors and all the support, to all the people out there in the digital world for supporting us and wanting to be part of us by, of course, liking and sharing. Let's step on over into the drivers section right here. Here we have Mr. Stuvik himself. That's right, folks. First of all, Mr. Stuvik here will be driving the Stuvik Racing Pro project with 16 points so far. Be Quick Absolute Racing Team driving the Audi R8 LMS. That's right, folks. That's right. Started driving at 4. I can't wait to see his future right there for you. Second driver up, Tana Tip. ID number Vatana, BMW Banks. 16 points. So what? Banks right there for you. Driving for Vatana, obviously. In the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 F1 Games winner in 2019. Second runner-up of Thailand, GT Sports 2019 as well. All right. Third driver we have, or third racer we have, should be going over to next driver, please. Tana Pat Pangpat. ID number 10TE71. Is he in the house? Yes, here he is. Out of the Sawadi Cup. 11 points out of the 888 car wash at DC Garage. Giving a wonderful smile. Thumbs up as well to you, buddy. Porsche 911 RSR. This choice of weapon right there. First runner-up of GPE Racing Series 2019 out in Central Konkan. And winner of GPE Hour Endurance Race. Wow, that's a lot of chops there for you. All right, who do we have next? Ho-ho! Sawadi Krap to the Miang GT1. Nantayot, 10 points. All right. PSC Motorsports, Lamborghini Huracan GT3, second runner-up in Asia, BMW Z4 Challenge 2014 in Japan, and winner of FIA Time Attack Champion in 2019. Our fifth driver, not a picture to be seen yet, but we're waiting for his picture to come up. But we do have him as Tana Roth, by the way, so he'll be coming in at Babe YK BBR. And meanwhile, coming over at, Sawadi Krap, Ananton, coming up with 5 points. Idemitsu Racing Team Thailand, driving for Idemitsu right there, Audi R8 LMS. Okay, representative from Thailand. Okay, for Seek FIA Motorsports in Rome, Italy. Wow. Representative Thailand to Rock Cup Super Final 2019 and 29. Trofeo di Autunno Finale in Italy. Rock Cup is really great because it's a go-kart series, and of course it takes a lot of cojones to drive around that track when you're young and full of feist. And also third runner-up in rookie class of Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championships 2019. Next up, we've got Kantasak Kusiri. Kusiri 1834 is his handle name. 4 points for the Sing Motorsports Team Thailand right now. Donned with Cavallina Motors Ferrari. Driving, of course, the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 machine. First runner-up of the year, Thailand Supercar GT3 Thailand Super Series out of 2019. Okay, next up, who do we have? Let's check in for number 8 driver. Another Kusiri. All right, folks. Oh, here we go. Kadati, Kusiri, PSN, third, 3 points. White headphones and all. Driving up for AES Motorsports. Porsche 911 RSR. Porsche synonymous with the AES Motorsports camp out there. Champ of the year. Thumbs up there for you. Thailand Supercar GTM Plus. Thailand Super Series 2018. Of course, powered by S as well there for you. S Cola. Next up, 9th driver out there for you. Tanat Satien Tirakun. Is he in the house? Yes or no? Tanat. We're going up for Tanat Satien Tirakun. Looking out for La Roche Decimo. But that's okay. He's the picture's not here, but this is a picture of Kanadi Kusiri. But the next driver in 9th position should be Tanatsati and Tirakun. TSN number Laro Decimo with 2 points from Mangkon Motorsports Porsche 911 RSR. Okay. 10th position, Jakrapan Devi. I like saying this guy's name. Always rings a great bell. Anyway, 1 point out of Alpha Factory Racing Team by Polzar, as you can see there. Wonderful lubricants right there for you. Porsche 911 RSR, champ of the year for TCR Thailand. Wow, Thailand Super Series 2018. All right, there for you. Next up, in the 11th position, who do we have here? Oh, wow. I see Bennett, and when I see, oh, is that Gregory Bennett? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Gregory Bennett in the house and the cockpit. Look at that happy dad go. All right, Cool Astrotrank is the PSN ID number, but of course, that was his son's name, but Gregory Bennett, veteran racer out of AF Racing, driving the Ford Mustang, currently with 1 point right there. Rising star? No, he's a star. He's not a rising star. He's a star right there for you. Matt, is he shaking the screen or what? Looks like a lot of turbulence going on for you. He's handling the Thrustmaster with all this muscle right there for you. Number 12 driver, Akrapong. TSN ID number XTGR, Team TH, Team Thailand. Toyota Gazoo Racing Team Thailand. Sawadee krap. Toyota GR Supra, the driver there for you. Instructor of Toyota Driving Experience Park. Instructor of Toyota Racing School and Rising Star of Thailand Supercar GTM Thailand Super Series 2018. Also, coming up in 13th position or 13th driver for you on the roster, we should have, here we go, Series S can be, Puriput. Currently for PT Maxitron Motorsports, driving the Porsche 911 RSR. Giving a side wave over for you. Lots of sponsors on his roster right there for you. Porsche 911 RSR driver, representative from Thailand in the Nissan GT Academy out of the year 2016. And who do we have? Last but not least. Position 14, 14th driver. Who do we have? Kamik. Do we have Kamik in the house? Ganasuta? Here we go. Furio indeed. Porsche 911R. Sawadee krap, Kamik. Ganasuta. Okie dokie. Champ of the Year, Thailand Supercar GTC, Thailand Super Series 2018. Champ of the Year, Cayman GT4 Trophy Thailand, Thailand Super Series 2018. By the way, folks, that is the roundup of the roster we have for you. And they are in the pro class. Let's check on over to the stickers, shall we? Sticker time, folks. Let's check out the livery section once again. For those of you folks out there wondering, how real does this sim get? Well, let me tell you, folks, it gets real down all the way to the sticker placements on the car. Let's have some sticker CG, shall we? Here we go. Over on for the Thailand Super Series Digital Series, we always believe that the stickers where they should be is important. Why is that important? Well, first of all, you got to have the sponsorship represented well and seen. So there you go, a beautiful shot of the cars with all the sticker placements, including Hankook, Sing, and of course all the other sponsors as well. Be Quick, Idemitsu, AF Racing, and so forth. Hankook as well. So, folks, here we go for the main event. Qualifying times right now, lasting for 5 minutes. 5 minutos. The lobby is now open. And man, even the folks down there walking around pit row looks real to me. Some of those folks out there want to take it easy. Coming out of pit row, be very careful, taking their time. And here we go, driving around the track of Circuit de Spa in the rain, okay? Francorchamps right here, down for 7,000 meters around the track, around the bend, with 104 meters of track elevation difference. That means these guys are going to go up and down the hill, drastically dropping altitude or climbing up that hill in a furious manner. Of course, they want to take it easy because these corners are going to take a bite out of their tires as much as they can. Look at Civic Racing Project go. This is just amazing. On the get-go from qualifying round, he's already trying to push his limits. Of course, that's a no-joke car right there for you. I gotta say, I've seen the car in person, and down by Paddocks, that is a serious monster. And I'm looking forward to seeing the car in action when I go down to Bangsan or even Buriram out in Chan. So the longest straight is 751.84 meters. And that basically translates to go fast, because that's the only place you can pass with a sense of security. You don't want to pass on the corner, and especially in the rain in this condition and with all that horsepower. I mean, this is not the M class, folks. This is the Pro class, which means you bump up the level for the cars as well. The tire racing, intermediate, and wet, which means that they'll be using wet tires for the grippiness. And of course, with the Hankook slapped onto the side of the sidewall, that should be able to tell them that, yes, I'm confident enough to take the corners. You notice the fog lights are in action right here, and that comes into play because you do want to be able to see the cars up front when they come to a braking corner. And when that happens, man, you got to be careful not to bump up into their rear bumper. Oh, look at that Gundam Lambo go right from the Ferrari here. Earlier on, we saw the Sing adorned on Gusseries number 1834 in second position. Currently down for the qualifying lap right here. And they want to have the fastest time being taken into the point where, the fastest time they get for qualifying will place them into the appropriate place on the starting line. Cool Astrotank Gregory, veteran driver, should feel at home in that Mustang. Even though it's a cockpit, a virtual cockpit, he should have the confidence to take that sucker, the V8 monster, around the bend. TA V8 Racing. If you're interested in seeing that in action, you gotta check us out by Buriram and also by Bansan, where you're gonna see that engine rumble. Alongside the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, where they're more of the high-pitch screamers out there. The V8 machines from the TA V8 class is more of a rumble sound, more of an American muscle embodied into a pony car outer layer. And of course, PSC the Miang GT1 adorned in the Gundam outfit right there, gold and white. Yes, that is the livery to beat because he's currently in the first position. Duh! Stuvik Racing, not that far behind in terms of time, I guess. That's why he placed second so far. And look at him go already on the map. You saw him coming out of pit row, and he was already weaving out. I think he was climbing up from the back of the crowd, and look where he is right now. So that just goes to show that I think he's hunting for that position, trying to beat out the Mian PSC, the Mian GT1 right here. All right. So by the way, Spa-Francorchamps is located 40 kilometers southeast of Liège, eastern Belgium's industrial city. So if you want to check it out, I guess you gotta get a plane ticket, but not at this time because the skies above are closed. Above is only sky. Closed due to the pandemic worldwide, and that makes us eligible just to go here by virtual, a way of polyphony, granting us and supporting us all the way with Gran Turismo. Together, coupled up with the marshals and officials, and the folks over at TSS, Thailand Super Series, bridging out into the digital realm as we watch these pro drivers try to take a bite out of their time and lower their times to get a better position for the starting line. By the way, the track is dynamic. Look at this shot right here. In S corner, you gotta take it easy. Not only is it coming down the hill, but it's also an S corner right there before you head on over to the starting line and the grid start. And there you see it, the end of qualifications. So who do we have in first place? Looks like it's gonna be Stuvik. Yes, it is. Yes, sir, Bob. No, his name is not Bob. His name is Stuvik. Stuvik in first place. PSC the Miang in second. Okay, not bad, not bad. Everybody having a... Let me check out Stuvik's reaction there. He's scratching his forehead, I guess. Wondering, okay, that wasn't bad. Let's see how he can hold on and hang on to this wet condition here. Everybody looking relaxed. All right. So once again, a shout out to our sponsorships as well. Toyota, Sing, Be Quick, Eden, Mitsu, Apollo Oil in a Mitsu, AF Racing. You see AF Racing right there with Gregory Bennett driving his Mustang right there. Taking a little stretch with a little pat on the side. I wonder who could that be? His teammate there. JS Asia Beverage Company Limited. Folks over at Juice Nest in the house. Aranix Global PTE, Hankook Tires, and SCS Industry Company Limited. Brakes from Nexter. And Panorama Company Limited as well. Folks, without the help from True Vision Group, True For You, WorkPoint Entertainment, Siam Sports Syndicate, and of course Grand Prix International, XO Autosports Magazine, we could not get here. Especially with the help of RAAT. Everybody flashing their headlights right here through the foggy atmosphere down by Spa. Stuvik Racing in first position. Here we go. Get ready on the let go. We are waiting because it looks like 10 cars in all out of 12. 2 of the cars couldn't make it here, so let's do a little readout here. Stuvik Racing, PSC is in the shot. Vatana, BMW, Banks in third. Gusiri, 1834 in fourth. Baw in fifth position. Tanti, 888 Car Wash in sixth. So at least we got there. Let's see what Stuvik can do. This guy's already shooting for the moon. Look at him leaving the Lambo. The 12th driver and the 14th driver, which is Kamik in the 14th position, as well as the 12th position was Akrapol. I don't think he was being able to come out here because I don't see a Toyota Gazoo Racing team here in effect. So that's okay. Let's see what happens. I'm sure what the conflict was. Folks, don't forget, like and share over at the Facebook page of Thailand Super Series, and if you want, say a shout out to Alert Siri Boon Me. That's me holding it down in the house for you as the English commentator. Also, I'm opening up a Facebook live feed on my Facebook page. So I'm also talking to you guys out there, checking me out on the Facebook page. Hello, Seth, Sauek, Nisakon. Hey, that's Yok right there for you. Good friend of mine out of university years. Anyway, Gusiri, 1834 in fourth position. Coming down the track, it is Ferrari. Yeah, that guy's always going to represent. And, okay, Vatana, BMW Banks in third position. Look at this shot coming down the hill. Down and turning right into a corner on a wet track, wet surface. The tire wear and the fuel sipping rate up by 4 times the normal rate, and of course pumped up for this game just to give it a little bit more realistic feeling. His turn here for you. In 8th position, VPT. I'm for PT right there. PT Maxitron, that's what it stands for. Oh, Porsche there. I think he's almost skidding out. Wasn't sure if he locked up the brakes in the back there, but it looks like he's got a little bit of an oversteer. The Porsche usually does that. Gotta be careful. It's only the first lap, folks. But meanwhile, Stuvik Racing Project out front. Wow, look at that helicopter or drone shot. Pizza Company on the back of that car. Be quick. Be quick. Really, really quick. One of the places to hang out if you want to service your car or automobile in and around every city in Thailand. Everywhere I see, Be Quick is popping up all over the place. You can see its iconic colors in yellow. You see that? If you ever have an issue with your car, stop on by Be Quick. Let it get a car a good checkup. Run it over, right? And of course, Stuvik Racing Project. His project personally started out at 4 years old, and he's been, I guess, experimenting ever since. Oh, look, a little bit of a twitch in the back there, not sure. But the Lamborghini following in the back, now into the second lap. I guess now this is where they start to get a little bit of serious mode coming in. And let's check it out here. What's this Lamborghini doing? Oh my goodness. Kicking up a lot of wicking up a lot of moisture from the track, and I mean, you'd guess by the time they finished this race that the track would be dry if it had stopped raining. But since this is a sim game, it was deemed a wet track, and it's going to be wet the whole way through. I was just interested in seeing, oh, here's a shot of this wonderful Lamborghini from Vatana, BMW Banks. I love this color, one of the colors synonymous with the Vatana crew. And yes, the number 28 is also very famous for that team. Gusiri 1834 in the Ferrari, driving up the hill there, 4th position, climbing up closer and closer to Vatana's BMW Banks in front with a Lamborghini. Gusiri, as you can see, looking at the side camera at his driving position, really low. I don't know why. I mean, some drivers want to be really, really high, really see the screen, right? This guy's simulating the actual driving position, I guess, in his car as well. Might as well take advantage of the situation and use all this time to train up. Meanwhile, this is going to be a side-by-side action for the Porsche here. Tanti 888 Car Wash now up against Baw. Baw coming in on the back end in that green livery Porsche right there for you. Oh, car on the outside. Nong GTR G-Tar, I think, went off the track. Wasn't sure what happened there. Maybe understeered through a corner right behind Paul. But now Paul is still trying to play catch-up with Tan T, AAA. And it looks like all eyes are on these two Porsche. Meanwhile, here we go. No, I'm sorry. Go back on the track, I guess. Come back, Audi. And his cockpit seems a little bit different from everybody else. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of that handle that he has for the handbrakes there for you. It seems like that's a drift setup, don't you think? Anyway, he's down by 15 seconds from the lead of Stuvik Racing Project. Meanwhile, Stuvik still with the fastest lap, down by 2:51 around the track here at Spa in wet conditions. So that means if it was a dry condition, I bet he could crack the whip down by 2:20. Uh-oh, side by side, will it be V up in front, yes or no? Looks like he's taking advantage. There seems to be a little bit of a tussle here. Turn going around the bend. Ah, side by side, yes it is. V up in ninth. 8th and 9th tussle, side by side. PT Maxitron. And it looks like V takes the lead. Right before braking, 50 meters. 50 foot off the corner there. V still in the lead. Turn now, losing it down to 9th position and trailing behind. Meanwhile, here is Gregory Bennett. Look at him go. Fragrance Racing. And it seems like maybe the cockpit is maybe a little too small for him. I'm not sure. Maybe the steering wheel is a little too small for him because he seems like he's like, wow. I don't know. He's just got big hands. Anyway, Civic Racing still in front right there. All right. And leading the way. Beautiful shot here for the Be Quick machine. And it's bang zoom to the moon. Hopefully, without any issues, he would be able to come in and go for a pit row and do a normal, fuel up or tire change and get right back into the race. And with this, he can afford. Normally, the guy up front is going to have like a 2-second lead at max 3. This guy is pushing 3.7. So, that tells you that this guy is way ahead of PSC, the Miang GT1. So he's got plenty of time, but still, you don't want to let your guard down and then lose it in the last few laps. So everything has been now coming into play. Earlier on, we saw Stuvik Racing Project drop the ball down in the first race. I think he came down in second position only because he went into the pit row and fueled up a little too much fuel than he anticipated that he should be fueling up, and thereby causing him to stay in pit row a little bit longer. And because of that, he came out a little bit too slow and lost the position. Hopefully he won't be doing that again, and he's got to time everything correctly. Still 3.8 now pushing the lead in front of PSC Miang GT1. Here you see it, PSC Machine Lambo in the Gundam livery. He is still in the shot. 2x2 Lambos here, second and third position. Third going to Vatana, BMW Banks. That's right, folks. Kusuri trailing behind. Kusuri 1834 is his handle name. And Tanti AAA Car Wash is in fifth position. Correct that there. Sixth position, Paul trailing behind way back there, and Nung G-Tar, of course, I think went a little bit too wide earlier on, dropping down like a rock down to 7th. And VPT also gone down by 8th position. Fastest lap, now pushing up the pace with PSC Damian GT1. And here's a shot of Vatana, BMW Banks. Triton Nexter also being a great sponsor for this series. And of course, the name synonymous with great performance braking. Adorned on the side of the satin black Lambo, number 28, as you know, the number that everybody knows goes with Vatana. Kusuri comes down with the same And look at his driving line, not really staying to the inside lane of the apex there. Sort of, as he goes through that corner, I noticed he was in the middle of the whole entire corner. I wonder what's going on with that. Let's check out the driving lines, shall we? All right. So Gusiri now goes into the apex, takes it out wide, goes back in again. All right, should be no problem then. I didn't know what was going on earlier on when he went through the middle of that whole corner. And he seems to be taking the braking very, very cautiously, braking early. Oh, a little bit of an oversteer right there for you. Slip and slide can be an issue, especially down here in Spa when it's raining. With a mid-engine, mid-rear engine layout there, the Ferrari. Rear meaning rear-wheel drive, obviously. Oh, even the Porsche getting a little bit that wiggle action right there for you. Triple A Car Wash. Tan T Triple A Car Wash. Coming around the bend under the banner of Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. Folks, once again, this is Lertsiri Bunmi in the house over at folks over at Thailand Super Series Digital Racing. If you want to get the free giveaway for the totally random grab, the grand prize winner being the SS cockpit, the half cockpit, which also features the steering wheel, the pedals, the whole control, force feedback, and everything you need to go racing digitally online. All you gotta do, like, subscribe, share. You know, those three famous words these days. We're doing it too down by Thailand Super Series. And all you gotta do is just participate and check us out. We are doing a grab for totally random, by the way. And you've got 1 week left to go before we round this whole thing up at the end of July. Whoa! Namtar right there went almost off the track on all four wheels. Oh! Even at that point, I'm not sure if the officials see that, but if they replay that, somehow they might run into an issue where he was almost off the track there. Gotta be careful. Don't want to get points deducted. Worst case scenario, flagged. It could be the point where you're coming in first place, right? And you're like about, what, 3 seconds ahead of the guy in second place? And then, wouldn't it be a shame if you found out that you were 5 seconds deducted from your time? That would then place you not in first place anymore, wouldn't it? So everybody's got to keep their eye on the ball here and make sure they don't overstep the line off the track. Here we go. Whoa! Almost sliding off the track right there. Turn. Still in front of VPT. PT Maxitron in the Porsche behind him with the green livery. But they are spreading the gap. Earlier on, you saw VPT almost bumper to bumper up with turn right there. It looks like he's having a little bit of an issue coming out of the corner. Usually you don't have that issue. You have that issue going into the corner, but coming out of the corner, man, not sure. Maybe too much torque coming out of that car out in the rain there, causing the wheels spin and losing some traction. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit hairy right here for you. VPT about to come up on the back end of turn right here. PT Maxitron trying to take a chomp from the rear bumper of yet another Porsche up in front in 8th position. The battle here is for 8th position, folks, right here, as we're looking. And VPT, very cool, calm, composed in his racing seat. Let's see if he can take advantage of the slipstream. Aha! Going way out there. That is an error for sure by turn. Now that is going to cause him because, oh, VPT tried to go on the inside lane, but what the heck happened here? Oh, because of that, he also dropped the ball and also swerved, causing VPT to lose the chance of gaining the position. Now it's a side-by-side race on the straight line there, and VPT passes him on a straightaway. Oh my goodness. Talk about a tussle there. Both Turn and VPT right there. They were playing it very dangerous into the corners. Both of them losing traction out of the end, the back end of the car. So you would think that, both of them were going to retain their positions. But later on, VPT, of course, came up strong on the straightaway, causing Turn to drop down to 9th position now. 41 seconds behind, who is it? Stuvik Racing Project, still up front. Here we go. Be Quick Monster, number two on the sticker there for you. This guy's awesome. And he's in the lead by 3 seconds, 3.1. Okay, a little bit of a drop of a ball. Earlier on, he was leading by 3.8. Maybe PSC Daming's trying to play catch-up right there for you. It could be the reason why he's dropping it down to a 3.1 right now, as in the lead. But still, a 3 is better than nothing. That would guarantee him enough time in pit row to go into pits, which should be soon, given the fact that this is already 6th lap into 11. Yeah. Stuvik Racing. Look at that line. It is almost as if he is a computer driving that monster perfectly. The thing is with racing, if you set up the corner entrance wrong, you're going to screw yourself over into the corner. And you're going to shoot out the corner like a cannon. But of course, if you set it up right, then all you got to do is just take the corner and then accelerate out to the apex as fast as you can, continuing the momentum. All right, folks, still a wet race, and that's not going to change any time whatsoever, because this is deemed a wet race in the virtual world. It's going to stay that way for the entire 11th lap duration. And once again, thanks to Toyota, Sing, Be Quick, Apollo Oil or Idemitsu Motor Oil, AF Racing, JS Asia Beverage or Juice Nest, Radix Global PTE, Hankook Tires, of course SCS Industries, and Pano Revo Company Limited for their bright LEDs overseeing the city up above. A shout out to True Vision Group, True for You, WorkPoint Entertainment, Public Holdings, Siam Sports Syndicate, Public Holdings, and of course Grand Prix International Company Limited, as well as EXO Auto Sports Magazine. A shout out especially to RAAT, and congratulations to Kun Bloom for now taking control of RAAT and under his excellent guidance. Hopefully we'll be seeing more action and more great decision making coming out of RAAT for the rest of the automobile world in Thailand. Okay, they are the automobile governing body here in Thailand. Vatana, BMW Banks dropping down to 4.9, almost shaving in close to 5 seconds behind Stuvik Racing Project. And PSC Damien, which is currently in 2nd position, only trailing behind by 1.9117 now. Oh, what happened to that great lead Stuvik had earlier on with a 3-second lead? I guess that's bringing it into a close in there. Well, hold on. Let's see. Vatana, BMW Banks trying to inch up closer and closer. All 3 drivers here. Top 3, Stuvik Racing, Stuvik, PSC Damien, Vatana, BMW Banks. 1, 2, and 3 spread evenly across the track right here with approximately 6-car lead difference between each driver. Goosery still in the mix, 10 seconds behind. Here's a shot. The Ferrari. Gotta say, that Ferrari, every time I drive down Petbury, the new Petbury Road in Bangkok, drive by past Cavalinos. You look on one side, you see Cavalinos. You look on the other side, you see Vatana. And I say to myself, man, it feels like Pit Row. Down by New Petbury Road in Thailand. Okay, shot from Tan T 888 Car Wash. Getting ready to come in Pit Row. Here he is. asking for wet tires again and refuel. Goosery as well. Wet tires, asking for 9 on the refueling. Should be a quick refuel. 6 seconds so far, I think. Okay, it's approximately 6 seconds right there for you. I'm not counting using a digital clock, I'm counting in the back of my mind here, so that's not bad. That's actually, heck, optimum time. On the exit, he loses it out to a PT Maxtron Porsche right there for you. Baugh in 5th position. So therefore, Goosery trailing behind in 6th. If he refueled just a little bit less time, he would have come up right in front of Baugh right there for you. And that tells you how close they were. Oh, look at this. Goosery making a pass on a straightaway. It was no competition there. Oh, no, here it goes. Goosery on the inside lane. Baugh on the outside. A little bit of a touch on the bumper of the Ferrari. Porsche up against Ferrari here. Goosery getting a little bit of a nudge from the back, but nothing that he can't handle. Of course, if it was a little bit too much of a nudge in this wet condition, he would have spun out right there like crazy, like a donut. PSC the Mien still in 2nd place. Watanabe, BMW Banks in 3rd, closing the gap down to 1.6 seconds, by the way. Triple Eight Car Wash trailing behind by 16 seconds. Fastest time around the lap. Watanabe, BMW Banks. Oh, the 2 minute 44 in wet conditions around Spa. I'm wondering how many drivers are actually taking note at some of these times by these professional racers. Because you can actually up your own game by taking note at how these drivers are going about their racing conditions, how they're taking the corners, and of course trying to match these guys' times, these racers' times. I think that would be interesting for the fans out there to try to match it. Obviously, everybody wants to match Stuvik right now. But Namtar right here, still in the mix in 7th position. Way down there. Still holding on in front of Turn, though, and BPT. They're trailing by 8th and 9th position. Oh, coming out of a corner, a little bit of a problem for the Audi right there for you. Squiggly. Hit the brakes hard. Really hard. And, of course, I think his rear tire is actually spitting more than it should out of that corner. I think it's because of the lack of traction. Or at least that's what it looks like, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why it jumped over to the Porsche shot right there for you, but Namtar here coming back for you. It shows him struggling through the corners. Even had a time to look at his phone for a selfie. Wasn't sure what was going on with that. Maybe someone's calling him. Well, you would never see that in a real race, folks. You're racing. Suddenly you pick up the phone and go, selfie! Oh, look at that. Does it seem like the tires are spinning more than it should? Not sure here. Turn racing for AES Motorsports for the S folks out there. And the Porsche looks like in the front taking some minor damage there for you. Wasn't sure what he bumped into earlier on. As the Porsche right here, single wiper and all in the middle. I always had a liking for one of those. Always thought it was the best wiper design of all because, you know, you want to keep everything weighted, like less weight, centered and everything. Wonder what it looks like through his windshield. Because if it's simulated properly, you would see raindrops on the windshield as well. And I'm sure that Polyphony did that. And I wanted to mention to the makers of Gran Turismo, hopefully in the next rendition, GT7, coming out shortly. I heard somewhere, maybe Christmas. Maybe at the end of the year when PS5 comes out, drops down for the Christmas tree down the chimney, hopefully not dropped by Santa, that I hope and I'm wishing that they do something about the pit conditions, and maybe that they can try to train the pit row to actually have a training session so that pit times can be reduced and be simulated as well. I know it seems a little bit of a really nitpicky about it, but when it comes down to racing, that's one of the aspects that I'm looking at when these guys are racing down by the real tracks. It's not just about the racers going through the tracks, but it's also about the team behind it. Here's a shot of Gregory Bennett right here, focused on the Ford Mustang TA-V8 machine. Iconic front and rear end right there for you. 10th position, also tag name cool Astrotank 4, representing AF Racing. You see the word fragrance right underneath, but of course AF stood for the American Fragrance. Here's a shot of pit row, Han Cook on the side, adorned beautifully. And of course, the lollipop going okay to go. That lollipop is there to let the driver know when it's time to go or not. And of course, in real life, if you do go before the lollipop says it's okay to go, then of course you get penalized for it. You also have to keep in mind that there is going to be a speed limit in pit row. Only for safety, folks, only for safety. Noctar right here, back out on the track. It's 7th position. Here we go. Stuvik Racing Project. Will it be Stuvik up against PSC Damir? Here we have all eyes on Stuvik and PSC. The PSC Damir coming up hard from the back in 2nd position. Also up in the shot, we have Vatana BMW Banks in the shot as well. High competition. Stuvik looking on to his screen there. I guess onto the left side of the screen, I saw his eyes glanced over, possibly looking at the times or lead time he has. I guess he's getting a little bit conscious here as to the competition he has out in the back. And it's getting furious here, folks. Seems like the times now have been slapped down to a .706. Whoa! It's getting close. They're gonna cut it. 10 laps in out of 11. It's gonna get really close here. Stuvik Racing Project seems to be slowing down just a bit. Will it be Stuvik in first? Look at this beautiful shot. Final lap for you. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Be quick, leading the way. Pizza Company slapped on the back as well. Stuvik Racing Project in the lead. R8 LMS leading the way for a good while now. Let's check it out together. A rear shot of the rear airfoil here. Oh, PSC the Ming almost coming up to touch the bumper of the Be Quick Monster here. Racing for Be Quick. Coming up on Spa. 11th lap out of 11. Final lap, final round. It's now or never. Stuvik Racing about to be passed by PSC the Ming. Will it be side by side? PSC the Ming takes it on the straightaway. Gundam Machine looking for a win right out of the last lap. And of course, you can hear the crowd cheering right here in the building, not in the podium. And also about to be passed by maybe another car. Stuvik holding down the line up against the Vatana BMW Banks machine. Out in 3rd position, looks like Stuvik losing ground to the Mir GT1 as he is spreading the gap, leading the way. .613, now .4, come through the corner. Will it be his day or not? PSC the Mir GT1, the Lamborghini with the amazing Gundam livery, is now leading the way. Check it out, folks. In the wake of the amazing race, he sprung a trap down in the final lap. It's the final countdown. Ding, 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 ding. It's now or never, folks. Stuvik Racing, will he take the lead again? Yes or no? It's now or never. Stuvik down by .5 now. And there's only a approximately 4 more turns to go before we get back to the starting line. Trying to edge in on the inside. Everybody now evenly spaced up. Sturvik Racing trying desperately to catch up to PSC the Min. It's a battle for first place right now, folks, with only Watanabe BMW Banks looking in for second place only if Sturvik makes a mistake, which I doubt he will. Only waiting to see a little bit of a squiggle, and he's out of the game there for second place. Watanabe trying to go on the outside. PSC Ming on the inside. And we have an outside shot. Sturvik Racing passes him on the inside, loses and falls into an error. Oh no! Oh no! I can't believe what I just saw right there. And of course, look at that shot. 1, 2, 3. PSC the Mia, 1. Watanabe in second. BMW Banks right there. And Sturvik in third. I cannot believe the outcome of that race. Pro Race 4, TSS Digital Racing right there, just completed. And Sturvik Racing very possibly disappointed at the outcome. He was pressured into the race. He was pressured into that position. Pressured into that position. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. And look at this. PSC the Ming and Watanabe BMW Ranks possibly saying that was a great race, driving side by side after the race had finished. So post-race, here we go into the positions and the final outcome of the game today. This is Lord Siri Boonmi, proud to represent Thailand Super Series in the digital format as well. And it looks like this is the roundup. We currently don't have the official release yet as to who had won, but it was clear as day as what had just happened. I mean, the fight to the end was nerve-wracking. That's all I can say. The fight to the end was nerve-wracking. All I can say was it was Sturvik, it was Watanabe, everybody was going for first. And it was tussling back and forth. You couldn't tell who was going to win all the way to the last lap, the final lap. And I kept saying, it's now or never. And that change of position happened within the one lap. Approximately 3 times there was a position change. So we're going to wait for the officials to say what the final results are, if there's going to be any penalties or not. I'll wait to see. Meanwhile, I gotta say thank you once again. This is Lord Siri Boonmi in the house. Lord Siri Boonmi holding it out for Thailand Super Series Digital. And of course, a new wave for new drivers out there, a new era of racing. Gotta say thank you to Thailand Super Series. Gotta say thank you to RAAT. Gotta say wonderful thanks to Kazunori over at Gran Turismo, because they're supporting us as well. And wonderful shout out to Toyota, Sing, Be Quick, Apollo Oil, AF Racing, and JS Asia Beverage Company Limited, Juice Nest. All right, and Rainix Global PTE Limited, the folks over at Hankook Tires, and also the folks over at Nexter with their wonderful brakes over at SCS Industry Company Limited. All right, folks. And, of course, if you want to check out the wonderful billboards out there for Pano Revo Company Limited, you can as well. They've got the brightest LED display boards up there all around. And, of course, the media partners being True Vision Group. True for You, WorkPoint Entertainment, always a wonderful company right there for you, providing you with wonderful game shows and shows. So if you're interested to see the entertainment in Thailand, head on over to WorkPoint Entertainment on the telly right there. And Siam Sports Syndicate Public Holding as well, being represented for our media partner. And of course, where can we be without Grand Prix International Company Limited? Because, by the way, folks, the motor show is being held right here in Thailand. You can check it out at the Impact, Muang Thong Thani, down by Impact. So, check out the new cars right there, thanks to Grand Prix International, and also EXO Autosports. This is Lord Siri Boonmi holding it down in the house. The show is not yet over, even though this race had concluded for the Pro Series of Thailand Super Series Digital. And, of course, we saw that down by Circuit de Spa, Francorchamps, in the rain. That ending, if there's going to be ever a highlight, that would make the reel. I'm telling you right now, that would make the reel. Because that last final lap, in lap 11, in the wet, down by Spa, on this fateful day, it was a tussle up between all these drivers right here. And Stovic, he had a great chance at taking it. Unfortunately, he lost it to the Mian. And in that momentum of a swing where he felt that in second place, okay, but then he lost it trying to regain the position, squiggled off the track, losing it another position, down to third. But it was a good try. You got to give it to him. Wet conditions. Yeah, that's something to, that takes cojones. So, anyway, folks. So, today, we just concluded a race down by Francorchamps. And, of course, next week, we'll be coming back at you once again for the finale for the digital series in this month. Okay, so before we go, well, I'd like to send you off to the words from our sponsors. We'll be right back with Lersiri Bunmi. Over and out. We'll be right back, folks, after words from our sponsors.
คุณเคยตื่นเต้นไปกับโลกความเร็วแบบนี้ไหมความเร็วที่ดูสนุกเร้าใจที่แทบจะสมจริงแต่นี่ไม่ใช่โลกความเร็วสำหรับเราสิงห์ World of Speed พาคุณก้าวสู่4สนามแข่งจริงระดับโลกแบบ Exclusive ที่สเปนออสเตรียสิงคโปร์และญี่ปุ่นก้าวข้ามทุกสปีดสู่ที่สุดแห่งความเร็วตัวจริงกับสิงห์ World of Speed
เราเห็นนักสู้หัวใจแกร่งที่กำลังต่อกรกับอนาคตที่ไม่มีใครรู้สู้กับโชคชะตาสร้างทางรอดด้วย2 มือและนี่จะเป็นอีก1ตำนานหัวใจแกร่งที่ผ่านพ้นวิกฤตได้ครั้งแล้วครั้งเล่าและครั้งนี้ก็เช่นกัน Hilux Vivo ใหม่พลังแกร่งเหนือนิยาม
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่บีควิกที่ไหนบีควิกทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนมันกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดัง690 บาทแถมฟรีใส่กล่องฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่บีควิกทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้
ใครบอกว่าการแข่งขันเริ่มต้นที่สัญญาณไฟเพราะสำหรับน้ำมันเครื่องอีเดมิสึมันเริ่มตั้งแต่คุณสตาร์ทด้วยสูตรใหม่อีเดมิสึเรซซิ่งที่ช่วยให้เครื่องยนต์พร้อมอยู่ตลอดเวลาเพื่อสมรรถนะสูงสุดทุกจังหวะปกป้องเครื่องยนต์ทุกสภาวะยกระดับรถของคุณไปอีกขั้นอีเดมิสึผู้นำด้านน้ำมันเครื่องจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น
Welcome back, folks. If you were not here for the past few minutes, you just missed an incredible outcome for the race because, get this, ding, 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 the official results are in, folks. I'm going to read it out for you right now. Congratulations to PSC Damian Sirigaya for PSC Motorsports in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3, winning with a 10-point on the track of Spa. Awesome time with 30 minutes right there for you. Not bad. And of course, Tana tip for Vatana BMW Banks, Vatana Motorsports Lamborghini Huracan GT3 as well, getting 8 points on the scoreboard. And Sammy Stuvik, unfortunately, landed down in 3rd position, but it was a good try. Stuvik Racing Project gains 6 points on the list with the Audi R8 LMS out by B Quick. Yeah. Tanapat Tan TE71 888 Car Wash gets 5 points. Kantaza Kusari, Sing Motorsports Team Thailand gets 4 points out of the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3. Jakrapan Davi gets 3. And Anaton for Idemitsu gets 2 points. And last but not least, Puri Put for PT Maxitron Motorsports gets 1 point on the roster right here with its Porsche 911 RSR. So folks, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe right here on Thailand Super Series. This is Alert Siri Bunmi saying Sawadee Krap. See you next week, Saturday. Be here, be square at 7 p.m. local time for the next and final race for Thailand Super Series Digital. Until next time, folks. Bye-bye. Sawadee Krap.
คุณคงคิดไม่ถึงว่ารังนกแท้ผสมคอลลาเจนกลูตาไทโอน Q10 และน้ำองุ่นขาวจะได้ Juiceness เครื่องดื่มเนื้อรังนกแท้ที่มิกซ์สิ่งดีๆลงตัวในขวดเดียว Juiceness
Be one with innovation and embrace victory. Hanguk Tar and Real Madrid. Together as one. Be one with it. Hanguk Tar, global partner of Real Madrid.
การดิฟคือชีวิตของผม ความฝันไม่ใช่แค่ชัยชนะในสนามใดสนามหนึ่ง แต่เป้าหมายคือแชมป์ระดับโลก จุดหมายไม่ว่าจะอยู่ไกลเพียงใดทุกเส้นชัยต้องปลอดภัย จุดหมายคือความปลอดภัยอาเบกเน็กสเตอร์
ความสำเร็จที่แท้จริงไม่จำเป็นต้องเดินบนเส้นทางแห่งชัยชนะเสมอไปตั้งเป้าหมายที่มุ่งหวังและไปให้ถึงทีละขั้นสิ่งนี้จะสร้างแรงบันดาลใจให้ก้าวไปสู่ข้างหน้าได้อย่างมั่นใจไปให้ถึงทุกจุดหมายท้าทายทุกความสำเร็จมุ่งมั่นกับทุกเส้นทางที่รออยู่ตรงหน้าสิงห์คอร์ปอเรชั่นผู้สนับสนุนหลักอย่างเป็นทางการทีม Alfa Romeo Racing
เราเห็นนักสู้หัวใจแกร่งที่กำลังต่อกรกับอนาคตที่ไม่มีใครรู้สู้กับโชคชะตาสร้างทางรอดด้วยสองมือและนี่จะเป็นอีกหนึ่งตำนานหัวใจแกร่งที่ผ่านพ้นวิกฤตได้ครั้งแล้วครั้งเล่าและครั้งนี้ก็เช่นกัน Hilux Vivo ใหม่พลังแกร่งเหนือนิยาม
เปลี่ยนน้ำมันเครื่องต้องที่บีควิกที่ไหนบีควิกทำไมแชร์โมบิลเกนเป็นกิโลเท่าไหร่เริ่มต้น690 บาทดัง690 บาทแถมฟรีใจกลองฟรีค่าแรงคุ้มไหมคุ้มมากครบทุกบริการเรื่องรถที่บีควิกทั่วประเทศถึง31 ธันวาคมนี้
ใครบอกว่าการแข่งขันเริ่มต้นที่สัญญาณไฟเพราะสำหรับน้ำมันเครื่องอีเดมิสึมันเริ่มตั้งแต่คุณสตาร์ทด้วยสูตรใหม่อีเดมิสึเรซซิ่งที่ช่วยให้เครื่องยนต์พร้อมอยู่ตลอดเวลาเพื่อสมรรถนะสูงสุดทุกจังหวะปกป้องเครื่องยนต์ทุกสภาวะยกระดับรถของคุณไปอีกขั้นอีเดมิสึผู้นำด้านน้ำมันเครื่องจากประเทศญี่ปุ่น